Let me paint a picture. There's this girl in your life. Maybe she's a friend. Maybe she's someone you've been talking to for a while. Maybe she's someone you see regularly, and the energy between you two just feels different. She's not your girlfriend. She's never said anything directly, but something is off, in a good way. She acts differently around you. She remembers things she shouldn't remember. She shows up in ways that feel like more than just friendship, and your gut is telling you something, but your brain keeps shutting it down. Nah, she's just being friendly. I'm probably reading into it. She would have said something by now if she felt that way. Bro, women don't say it. Not at first. Not until they feel safe enough. Not until they're sure you feel it too. Because for a woman, telling a man she has feelings for him is one of the most vulnerable things she can do. So instead of saying it, she shows it. In quiet ways, in patterns, in behaviors she probably doesn't even fully realize she's doing. And in this video, I'm breaking down 7 signs that she's not just interested, she's secretly in love with you. By the end of this, you're going to look back at certain moments and think, bro, it was right there the whole time. Let's get into it.
Number 1. She remembers everything you've ever told her. Not just the big stuff, the small stuff, the random stuff, the stuff you said once in a passing conversation and completely forgot about. She remembers the name of your dog. She remembers that thing you mentioned about your dad. She remembers you said you wanted to visit a specific city someday, and 3 weeks later she sends you an article about it. Here's the thing about memory. We remember what matters to us. Our brains are constantly filtering out information we don't care about. So when a woman has stored every small detail you've ever shared with her, that's not a good memory. That's emotional investment. That's a woman who hangs on your words because she cares about the person saying them. Every time you speak, she's collecting pieces of you. And you don't collect pieces of someone you're not in love with.
Number 2. She finds reasons to be physically close to you. She doesn't need to be touching you all the time. It's subtler than that. She sits next to you when there were other options. She leans in when you talk, even though she heard you perfectly fine. She finds excuses for her hand to land on your arm when she laughs. She stands just a little closer than the situation requires. Physical proximity is one of the most honest signals a person can give because it's mostly unconscious. She's not thinking, I'll stand close to show him I like him. Her body just gravitates toward yours because something in her nervous system is drawn to your presence. Women are incredibly aware of their personal space and who they allow into it. If she's consistently closing the distance between you two, her feelings are doing that, not strategy. Feelings. Number 3. She gets quietly jealous but tries to hide it. She won't make a scene. She won't interrogate you. That's not how this works. It's subtle. You mention a girl's name and her energy shifts for exactly half a second. Her smile doesn't drop completely, it just tightens slightly. Her answers get a little shorter. She changes the subject a little too quickly. She asks a casual question that isn't actually casual. Oh, how do you know her? Said in the most unbothered tone she can manage while being completely bothered. Women who have no feelings don't react to other women in your life. They genuinely don't care. But a woman who is secretly in love with you, she cares deeply. She just has too much pride to let it show fully. Watch for the micro reactions, the half-second shifts, the slight change in energy. That's where the truth lives.
Number 4. She shows you her real self, not her curated self. There's a version of herself that she shows most people. Polished, put together, socially calibrated. The version that says the right things and laughs at the right moments and keeps things light and comfortable. And then there's the real version, the one with the strange humor, the weird opinions, the unexpected depth, the vulnerability she doesn't hand out freely. If she's showing you that version, the unfiltered, unpolished, actually her version, that is one of the deepest signs of love that exists, because love requires safety, and safety requires trust, and trust is not something she gives to everyone. When a woman lets you see who she actually is beneath the social performance, she's not just comfortable around you, she's chosen you. Out of everyone in her life, she's decided you're worth being real with. And that decision doesn't happen without feelings being deeply involved. Number 5. She checks on you in ways that go beyond normal friendship. A friend asks how you're doing. A woman in love with you notices when something is off, even before you say a word. She texts you out of nowhere on a random Tuesday just to see how you're doing. She follows up on something you mentioned stressed you out last week. She notices when your energy is lower than usual and asks about it specifically, not just a generic, "You okay?" but, "Hey, you seem like something's on your mind. What's going on?" That level of attentiveness doesn't come from friendship. It comes from someone who is emotionally tuned into you, someone who has been paying close enough attention that they can read your emotional state like a language. You become someone's emotional language only when they've spent a significant amount of time and care learning you. And that kind of learning only happens when someone loves you.
Number 6. She brings you into her future without realizing it. Listen carefully to how she talks about the future when you're around. Does she say things like, "You would love this place, we should go sometime"? Does she reference things months from now that casually include you? "When it gets warmer, we should," or "There's this thing happening in December, I feel like you'd be into it"? These aren't invitations necessarily, they might not even be conscious. But what they are is her mind naturally placing you in her future, because her heart already has. When someone is secretly in love with you, you become a default in their mental projections. They don't plan their future and then think about whether you fit in it. You're already in it before the planning starts. Pay attention to how often and how naturally your name appears in her future tense. That's not small talk. That's her heart speaking before her mouth catches up.
Number 7, and this is the biggest one, she gets nervous around you in a specific way. Not the nervous of someone who's uncomfortable, the nervous of someone who cares too much. There's a difference, and once you know it, you can't unsee it. She's completely confident in every other area of her life, but around you, she second-guesses herself. She laughs a little too hard, then catches herself. She starts a sentence and loses her train of thought. She gets quieter right before she's about to say something that matters. She fixes her hair or adjusts something about herself right before she sees you, not because she's vain, but because she wants to be her best version in front of you specifically. That specific nervousness, the kind that only appears around one person, is not anxiety. It's love trying to hold itself together. It's feeling so big that being in your presence makes her entire system light up in a way she can't fully control. And bro, when a woman who is otherwise completely put together becomes slightly undone around you, she is in love with you. Full stop. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Love shows up before it's spoken. Always. And the signs are never dramatic. They're quiet. They're consistent. They're in the details most guys walk right past because they're waiting for something obvious. But obvious is rare. Real feelings almost never announce themselves directly. They leak out in small moments, in remembered details and closed distances and half-second jealousies and futures that casually include your name. If you're seeing these signs in someone right now, trust what you're seeing, and then do something about it. Because a woman showing you all of this is waiting. Not forever, but right now, she's waiting for you to see what she's been showing you all along. Drop a comment below. How many of these signs are you seeing right now? Be honest. I read every single one. Peace.